What's going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome. Today, our second video of the day, we are going over the new exotic AGER'S SCEPTER. Now this exotic right here is a primary trace rifle that is stasis burn. So let's go over it real quick. You have arrowhead break on it, particle repeater, the exotic perk right here, Rhaega's reframe, stasis final blows transfer ammo from the weapon's magazine to reserves, which is super great because you can just keep on shooting. And then its intrinsic trait right here, final blows with this final weapon generate a slowing burst around the defeated target. So when you kill enemies, there is chances of freezing nearby enemies. So this thing is super fun to use, and I love it so far. So I'm going to show you guys all the steps for this exotic quest this week, a hollow coronation. It does take a little bit to complete, but it is a super fun weapon to use. Stasis build, love it. So let's get right into it. So as you can see, we are in the helm at the Wayfinder's Compass grabbing the quest. This is how you start it, and then you have to go talk to Mara Sov within the helm and start the actual process of the quest. Once you talk to Mara, as you'll see, she updates the quest and you have to find the 5 Atlas skewers that are spread around the Dreaming City. Now in this video, I'm not going to show where every single one is, just because that's a 5-6 minute video in itself, which if you click in the left hand corner, you can find them all in my video I posted earlier today. Super easy, they're all right next to each other in the confluence on the Dreaming City, so it is a super easy step. Now that we have collected all 5 Atlas skewers, we are back here on the Hollow Coronation, depositing and aligning our skewers to find the AGER'S SCEPTER. So after we deposit our skewers and listen to that last message from those skewers about the scepter, we go to grab it, and Aldrin has protected it somehow. So we head back to Mara Sov to listen to her about how to break through his barrier. So as you can see, once we talk to her, we're halfway done with getting the scepter. We need to collect 100 Parallax trajectory and get rifle final blows in the Astral alignment. Now I'm sure that's scout rifles, sniper rifles, fusion rifles, pulse rifles, pretty much anything like that. So for this step, I went into the Astral alignment using the new Reed's Regret linear fusion rifle from Trials, because it is a great weapon in my opinion. The Outbreak Perfected pulse rifle, and then the Null Composure fusion rifle. This worked super well for me. As you can see in the background, no matter which weapon I was using, I was getting rifle percentage for this part of the quest. And then the Parallax trajectory just came pretty easily, just because every single so often when you defeat enemies, you were getting 3, stuff like that. And for part of the first quest, you get a little extra as well. So all you have to do is run an Astral twice using these guns, or even something like Vex if you have it would be perfect, but I definitely suggest like a pulse rifle would be awesome. Super easy to use inside of here, and there is a lot of enemies, especially in that boss room. They just keep on spawning towards that center pillar, so it is a perfect way to get it. And you should only have to run 2 of these to complete step 6. As you'll see, after my first run right here, I was at 84 out of 100 trajectory and then 65% on rifle final blows. So on my next one, I completed it and we moved on to the next step, which is more Astral alignment. We have to kill champions and then kill enemies with our supers as well. So defeating these champions, you need 18 of them, and then you need 20 enemies defeated with your super. So the enemies with your super is super easy to complete. You can use really any super to complete this, because there is a lot of enemies going on, and during one of those waves you can complete it in one run. Maybe not with Blade Barrage or Tether, something like that, but if you're using Spectral Blades, Arc Staff, something like that, even Golden Gun, you could get it done super quickly. Now, the champions, it'll take you about 2 to 3 runs depending on how many you run into, because they do kind of spawn all over each encounter, not always in one spot, so it can take a second to run back and forth and find each of these champions, but you need 18 total, so it took me about 2.5 runs to finish those 18 champion kills. Once you do finish your champion and super kills, the next step is step 8, which is actually super easy. You have to complete 3 strikes. The Glassway strike, as you can see in the background right here on Europa, the Disgraced, which is on the Cosmodrome, and then our last easiest one, Lake of Shadows on the EDZ. So just go into these strikes with your overpowered loadouts, maybe a fire team. Even if you do them solo, they are super easy in my opinion. With my random fire team, we completed Lake of Shadows in 4 minutes and 25 seconds. So slap out this part of the quest, because step 9 we actually get to obtain our new scepter. We go talk to Mara Sav, and she grants us a talisman, which allows us to actually and grab AGER'S scepter, which then we use to complete this little mission inside of that area that we grab it from. This area is the hollow Coronation, which is located on the helm. Once you talk to Mara, it pops up and we are able to grab our AGER'S scepter right off the bat from that table it was on before. So once you obtain the scepter from that little barrier, you actually have to use it to shoot the rocks to continue on your path through this mission. We have seen these rocks before in the Shattered Realm during some of our missions to save the Techions, so use this weapon to shoot your way through these rocks. It causes damage and it explodes. It is a super interesting aspect to this gun, so we're definitely going to have to use it in future to get to certain spots during missions. Then, once you actually pass through these rocks, you start the boss fight. You have to fight this giant hive knight, and it's super fun to use this weapon because it does output a lot of damage with that reload when you're doing damage, one of the perks on it that I explained in the beginning, and then actually doing those final blows and seeing enemies freeze next to your kills is super sweet, because it is a great way to stop ads from pushing you, and it causes that extra little oomph on your stasis damage. So I think it is a great weapon. Hopefully this helped you guys obtain it. So once you defeat the boss, that's really it. That is the end of the mission. Just make sure you wipe out all of his little minions as well. And once the last one is done, the mission ends and your quest updates to one of the last steps. You just head back to Mara Sav and talk to her, and you are actually good to go. You have the weapon in your inventory now, and start to use it. It is a super fun weapon to use. Like I said, I'm going to use this weapon a lot, and there is a catalyst that I'm going to start grinding for as well. So hopefully this helped you guys get this super sweet Stasis Trace Rifle day 1. Super easy quest overall, just takes a little bit of time with those Astral alignment quests and then having to run 3 strikes back to back. But we have it now. Let's start grinding that catalyst. I'll definitely put out a video on this thing because I really enjoy it. So thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.